Hello, grade 5. How are you? Hope you're all good. Okay, so the new selection we have is going to be James Forten. Okay, so let's hop into the vocabulary words. All right, so just like as any selection, we have 10 vocabulary words. The first one is influential. So influential means what? Having the power to make other people do things. It's coming from the word influence, right? To have this power, to have this, ability, dominance, okay? To be this strong person to impact other people, right? So to have this impact on other people. So for example, we have here, my parents have been the most influential people in my life, right? My parents are the most influential people I have ever known. They have this big impact, this big influence on me and on my life, right? Okay. The next word is persuade. Persuade. Okay. So persuade is to convince someone to do something. Most of the time to convince them with good reasons. So, for example, the example we have here is he persuaded his friend to go back to school, right? His friend dropped out and he convinced him to go back to school. Also, in another example, for example, you persuaded your brother to give you his mobile phone. So what did you do? You made with him a bargain. You convinced him that, for example, if you gave me this mobile phone right now to play Minecraft, for example, I'm going to let you play on the PlayStation for the rest of the week, for example, right? So persuade is to convince someone, right? Number 3, bondage. Bondage. Bondage is to keep someone in slavery, enslaving someone. Okay, so in the past, in the way past, right, history, you used to hear about slaves, which are people who worked against their will and they didn't take money for working. They just work and work and work without taking any benefits in return, okay? And bondage coming from slavery and to be tied up, right? Against their will, tied up against their will, right? So, for example, his bondage lasted for 6 years. The fourth word, tentative. Tentative, uncertain, means not sure. So, for example, due to the storm, the plane's arrival time is tentative. Because of the storm, the plane's arrival, we're not sure when will it arrive. Okay, it's not sure because of the storm, right? So tentative is not sure, uncertain. Number 5, aspects. Aspect is different views that show the parts of a whole. Okay, for example, my favorite aspect of this home is the large farmhouse style kitchen. Okay, so aspect is what? When you have, for example, this many puzzle pieces, right? So you have to look from different views in order to know how the whole picture will be. Do you know now? So aspect is what? Different view, okay, that show the parts of a whole picture, of a whole opinion, right? Number 6, provisions. Provisions. So provisions means food and supplies that you really need in order to survive, in order to live. Just like what's happening right now. We're all looking for provisions because of what's happening right now in the corona, because of the corona and what's happening in our country, right? So the princess too had prepared provisions for the journey. So in order for the princess to go on the journey, she prepared provisions, food and necessity supplies in order to survive and continue the journey good. and safe and everything, right? Okay. Seventh word is dexterity. Dexterity. Okay, so dexterity means flexibility and skillful movement. For example, his dexterity was amazing. Okay, so flexibility and skillful movement. He's all skillful and has this amazing way of dealing with things and flexible. Like, for example, his dexterity was amazing while he was playing football. He put he moved the ball from this leg to this leg and played it in the air, and scoots over and went for the net, for the goal. He scored, right? Okay. Number 8, contributions. So contributions means improvements or aids towards bringing something about. In other words, contributions here means donations. To donate something in order for something for a big cause, or for something to continue on. For example, with their contributions as mayor, he made many positive contributions to the growth of the cities. Okay, so whether it's donations, whether he donated a lot of things, or he contributed with good ideas and with good staff and with good facilities in order to make the city a better place. Okay, then number 9, apprentice. Okay, apprentice. Apprentice is someone who works with a master craftsman to learn a trade. So what do we mean here by a master craftsman? For example, a carpenter, a hairdresser, blacksmith, many jobs that needs to know how to do crafts and really needs good good skills, right? So for the example we have here, she works in the hairdressers as an apprentice. Okay. Number 9, authorities. Authorities. So people such as government officials who have the power to enforce laws or command obedience. So authorities, not only the policemen, but government officials or high-ranked officials. We have the policemen, the judges, the policemen, the judges, anyone who has power in the government is authority, right? So the authorities are taking steps to fight crime in schools, right? Okay. So, for example, the authorities captured the murderer. Maybe, right? Good to go? Okay, so these are the 10 vocabulary words. If you don't understand anything, just send me a message on the website, okay, on the system. Right now I'm uploading and refreshing the messages every 10 minutes or so. So I'm going to answer you immediately, right? And keep tuned for other videos, and don't forget to keep yourself safe and sound. Clean your hands regularly with soap and water, and of course with alcohol and everything. Try not to go outside a lot. Try not to eat outside. Just be safe and sound, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.